Before we get started tonight, actually, I'd first like to welcome you guys to our 6th grade band concert for the fall, maybe the 2020-21 school year. Who knows what it's going to be. But to be honest, I usually like to come to the band concerts and I sit at the top and I wait for it to get started and I hide up there and then I leave right at the end. I don't like to come up front. But I thought it was important tonight. I'd just really like to recognize Mr. Kaler for all the work that he's done this fall. In a trying year, he's been a real trooper in being flexible and making sure that the band program works and worked real hard with our students just to make sure that we have a solid band program. It's awesome to watch what he does with our kids each and every day, so I'd just like to take a minute and just thank him for all the work that he's put in this fall. So now I'm going to pass it off to him and we're going to get started.
Okay, so welcome. I'm Kurt Kaler. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the band director at the junior high, just like Mr. Sigmund just said. And this is most of our 6th grade band. We're missing a few people tonight. And as you can see, we have them spaced out. And this is what our band room looks like right now. Normally we'd be in half circles around my podium up here. So I was explaining that to the kids the other day. I said, but I'm just glad that we're able to do this tonight and have this happen. So, and I've been following lots of other bands, and this is pretty much what everybody's doing, so to make this happen for the kids. First concerts are this. We're going to walk you through what we've been doing the last couple months. And these guys had a very unusual start, because normally we even start before school does with the instruments, for those who can come to a little pre-camp, and then by the second day of school, everybody has a horn in their hands. We didn't have horns for over 3 weeks. So we did some other things and got some things learned ahead of time. And I'm happy to report that we're pretty much playing the same beginning concert as any other 6th grade, even though we started off a little bit late. So, to begin with, we're going to show you what the first day sounded like. You can clap for that, I guess, yeah. After some trial and error, we did get note 1 learned, so we'll play note 1 for you now. Note 1, 1, 2, ready? Okay. Yeah, you can clap for that. So we got the first note down, and then what's super important is we don't even start in the books. We learned the first 5 and then 6 notes without even opening the book. So we're going to play the first 5 for you now. Then we give the students some song sheets, which I'm sure you've probably heard, consisting of how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, how to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and some other ones, without even having to read music yet, because we just want them to play their horns the first few weeks. And so from that song sheet, we're going to play We Will Rock You for you. And then after we've done 5 notes, 6 notes, song sheets for quite a while, then we start to get into the book, where we've already started to learn how to read our notes and everything, but then we can actually try to play our horns with notes from the book. So one of the earliest songs in the book is called Rolling Along, but I think you're going to know it by a different name. So a lot of the songs on the first page are pretty much songs that any beginning band is going to play, and so one of the most famous ones is Hot Cross Buns. Then we continue down page 6 in the book, and we start to learn about repeats. So this song is actually going to get played through twice. This is Go Tell Aunt Rhody, and we discovered by listening to the song and the lyrics that this is a pretty sad song because it involves a dead goose. So they were, a little upset about that, but it's a good song. Here we go, Go Tell Aunt Rhody. And continuing on, we learned about longer notes. We learned about half notes that were included in those last two songs. Then we learned about whole notes, which involve holding out the notes a lot longer for 4 counts. And so that, including one of those songs, is March Steps. So as you can see, we turn the page, and when we get to page 7 in the book, we move up to note 6, which we already knew from our earlier learning all the notes without the book. And then we can play songs such as the next one, London Bridge. And London Bridge will be the first one that we split into parts. So they get to hear the melody, the main part, and the harmony, the background part. So we're going to do this song once with one group, and then we'll do it again with the other group. So the first group, the melody, the main part, is going to be our woodwinds, which includes our flutes, wave flutes, there we go, and clarinets, and our saxophones, and then we're putting in our trombones and baritones in there as well. So they're going to be the A's, and then the army of trumpets in the back is going to be our B's the first time. And now we'll reverse it. We'll do the other group will be in. Here we go. And then the next few songs, the next couple songs, involve more of us using note 6. We started to learn another new note and started using different things we learned in the previous pages of the book, whole notes and repeats. So we'll do Mozart Melody, which I think you'll find is also something you know by another name, and then we'll do Doodle All Day. So now we learned about eighth notes, which go twice as fast as our quarter notes, which is our main note that we play all the time. And this is where the students have really excelled the last couple of weeks, because normally we would have been playing on this page probably about 4 weeks ago in a normal year. So they've learned eighth notes and a lot of songs for the rest of the concert. These songs we've learned probably in just the last couple of weeks, which they would have normally hit about 4 weeks ago. So next up is Skip to My Lou. Now, the next song is where we take a little bit of a risk tonight, because, like I said, we just got the eighth notes, and we learned about what a round was, which is where half the band is going to start the song, and after a few measures, the other half of the band is going to start the song back at the beginning, and the two songs will be going on at the same time, and it goes on for a while, and so it's really easy to get lost. So we've been working on this pretty hard the last couple of days, so this is Frere Jacques. I warned them just a couple days ago, like I think Friday, I said, now, it's not a big deal because we're, like I said, we're a little behind this year. I said, but if we just have to play that once as a group, that would be okay. And they were like, no, we're going to do it, we'll do this round. So let's give them another round of applause, because that was really difficult. So we use a book called Essential Elements, which I've been using for most of my time here at Edgewood. For a couple years, I tried a different book, and I liked a lot of things about it, but there were a lot of things I didn't like. So I ended up liking it enough to buy a classroom set, and it has some fun songs in it that I always want these guys to be able to play. So, just make sure I'm the right one. Yeah, we're going to do Ode to Joy, and this is another split part. There's an A part and a B part, and this one I've let them choose. So instead of half the band playing A and half the band playing B, it's just going to come from all over. So here's Ode to Joy. Now, if you've been at home and you've been taking a bath and you heard the theme from Jaws playing, I take no responsibility for that whatsoever. There's in no way, I'm going to say it publicly, there's no way I would encourage them to do that at home. Right? No. Okay. So, next up is the theme from Jaws. So, since this is, even though it's not Thanksgiving yet, since this is technically their Christmas concert, we wanted to make sure that we played some things from the book, some holiday music. So, up first is going to be Jingle Bells with our guest sleigh bell artist, Mr. Wells. He's the high school band director, and he comes over on Tuesdays and Fridays and helps me with these guys. So we asked him to play the sleigh bells for us. And we're going to take this one just a little bit faster than most of our songs tonight. So this has been a good, fast song for us. So our progression through this 9 weeks, or this whole semester, I guess, has been, like I said, we started with notes, we started without instruments, then we started notes, then we started in the book. We're up in the book around page 10, getting into 11, but because of some of the songs that are available later in the book, I pushed these guys a little further, and we jumped all the way. We were in the 50s, I believe, number 50 in the book. We're jumping up to number 78. This is Up on the Housetop. And as we end almost every sixth grade concert, there's a fun song in the book, number 58, we call it Hard Rock Blues. And today, Mr. Wells was like, so we can move the drum set into the gym, can't we? I said, sure. So once again, Mr. Wells is going to join us on drum set for Hard Rock Blues. So, one of my favorite parts of the concert, and their not favorite part of the concert, is as sixth graders, I've explained to them, this is called embarrassing picture time. So, since some of the people who sit in the back sometimes are kind of hard to see, especially if you're sitting low, I'm going to have each row stand up one at a time. So, parents, if you want to take some pictures, we'll do row at a time. We'll start with the front row. So, front row, stand up, please. And look and smile. And let's have the second row stand up. And third row. And our fourth row trumpets. Awesome. All right. Given everything, normally I would just dismiss the students and you could go meet them in the hall and everything like that. I think we'll do a little different this time. I'm going to dismiss them a row at a time to let them go to the band room and get their personal stuff. You can either meet them back, and they can either come back here if you're going to take some pictures or anything, or they can not go to the band room first and take some pictures. As soon as I dismiss their row, they're dismissed, and then, or they can just grab their things and meet you out at the car. So I'll let you decide that. But we'll send one row at a time out, and that's how we'll finish up tonight. Why don't we have you guys stand up and let's give them one more big round of applause. So, like I said, these guys have worked really, really hard, even though we started the year a little bit behind. We are nearly caught up to where normal sixth grade classes are, so that's super impressive, and I can't wait to see what we can do next. Hopefully, you guys will get to see these guys sometime before spring break in March again. We'll keep going in the book. We'll start getting some of our own sheet music. I'll be auditioning for some percussionists soon. So we've got some fun things coming up. But I want to thank you for coming tonight. And thank you for allowing me to teach your students. We're having a great time, and have a good holiday season.